Well, Democrats are spilling all of Biden's secrets to reporters. It's a lot of fun to read. They're giving us an inside look into Biden's team, what they were doing to cover his decline, and how he made Kamala Harris beg for his endorsement. Now, this new book also claims former President Obama secretly didn't want Kamala Harris to get that job. In fact, he waited 5 days to endorse her. And here's the book's author, Jonathan Allen, breaking it all down.
President Obama absolutely did not think that Joe Biden should continue, according to our sources close to President Obama. And he also didn't want Kamala Harris to be the replacement for Biden. He didn't think that she was the best choice for Democrats. And he worked really behind the scenes for a long time to try to have a mini primary or an open convention, or mini primary leading to an open convention.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh, buddy, oh, buddy, oh, buddy. Back with these frauds, these Democrats. We checked out your birth certificate, sir. Sir, we checked out your birth certificate. And we know Big Mike has a mushroom tip. And he has a little bit of eczema on that mushroom tip. It doesn't check out what it seemed to be. We checked your birth certificate, Barry. We checked your birth certificate. We seen that real birth certificate. All them patriots seen it, I'll tell you. And we got more bombshells flying everywhere, more scandals, more scams on these Democrats. It just don't stop. Oh, boy. Oh, Barry. Oh, Barack. Kamala Harris, 2024, huh? We knew coconuts were falling out the coconut tree. Coconuts. Man, I ain't gonna lie. We dodged a nuclear missile. Not a bullet, a nuclear missile, man. Oh. We actually have common sense back. We have a president that is doing exactly what he campaigned on. The radical left ain't stopping these activist judges. People are swiping Teslas and keying cars. People are wiping their butt on vehicles, throwing up on vehicles, man. The times we are living in, man, what a time to be alive, I tell you. But we got some more bombshell to get into with this book. Claims Barack opposed Kamala Harris' 2024 nomination. Obama was working against Kamala Harris behind the scenes. Didn't think she could win. Yeah, I can see the comment section down here. Rick, we you know, former President Obama worked behind the scenes against the vice president after Joe Biden dropped out of the race. Oh, Joe. Yeah, he was declining on day one. Lied to everybody. It's been lie after lie after lie. People's on vacation, eating snow cones and ice cream cones on the floor. The floor all sticky. People done shit it all on the floor. Carpet got doo-doo stains. Just a disgrace. People falling down the stairs. Don't know where anybody the hell is at. You know, he way over here. You know, and for some reason an auto pen they done signed this order that he don't even know what the hell he signed. I mean, we don't know who was running the country. You know, then some of the biggest corrupt scams have taken place, you know, with these illegals, these Social Security. I mean, it's just a bunch of fraud that people need to put their hands. Say it, Rick. Say it out loud and proud. They say, Rick, stop saying that shit. But I got to say it out loud and proud. Put your hands behind your back. Told everybody to stay woke. Told everybody that it was all going to work out. It ran this into the ground. And now our president got to clean up a ass mess. A ass mess. And they not mad at the people that did all this crap. They mad at the ones exposing all this crap too. And that's what pisses me off. But he says, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get that out of my system. If you're new here, join the family. We keep it real on here, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. We keep it real, you know. And I'm for the people, man. I'm wishing the best in everybody's life in this fast time travel, man. Americans have been spit on, ripped out of our shoes, man. I ain't lying to you, man. And I'm with Trump. We should be the ones living like kings. I'm with President Trump. Prayers for Trump and the Trump administration, man. And we thank Elon Musk and the Doge team, the Trump administration, man. Got them tariffs all in place. Let's do it, man. Let's get rid of all this crap, all this corrupt crap, man. And let's expose everybody. And let's get some handcuffs out. Let's get them handcuffs all oiled up. Come on. Let's get them handcuffs all, put some DW40 on them handcuffs. Put some DW40 on them handcuffs. And just start walking them out one by one. They say, Rick, sir, ain't nobody gonna get arrested. Nobody's gonna be held accountable, sir. Oh, man. But it's good that we are finally seeing criminals finally arrested, man. Put the judge on the plane. If they want the rapists, the gang members, the murderers in the country, put them on the plane. Put CNN on the plane. Put them ladies on The View, on The Spew on the plane. Advocating for the primary because he didn't think Kamala Harris could win. Let's check this out. Yeah. It gets better and better every single day, doesn't it?
Biden decides to get out of the race. He's been getting all this pressure, and he calls her up, and it's been reported, the very broad outlines were reported as he tells her he's getting out. She says, are you sure? He says yes, and that's it. Right. There were actually 2 phone calls between them because she had to beg Joe Biden to make a quick endorsement, right? What? As soon as he gets out, she's got to get the delegates. She's got to get her whip operation, call all the members of Congress, the governors, whatever. And Biden's like, I'm getting out. I might endorse you like on Thursday, like a few days later. I want to take a victory lap, soak in my moment. And she's like, Joe, you have got to endorse me. So they go back and forth on this before Biden does it. Obama definitely did not think she should be the Democratic nominee.
He would not endorse that day either.
He would not endorse that day either. She talked to him. He said to her, I don't want to put my thumb on the scale. She was disappointed, but not necessarily shocked because he's been behind the scenes trying to undermine her for the last several weeks before Biden even got out.
And of course,
heard to see all, how all this come out. We've seen what the whistleblowers have said, what they said about the whole, this past campaign, how billions and billions of dollars, it just ridiculous, man. And how we know now, we know for a fact that it was puppets and the people around him, and we didn't know. Again, everything Trump had said was absolutely correct, and what conservatives were saying, absolutely correct. What conspiracy theorists were saying is conspiracy theorists, conspiracy facts. It's all come to be out facts now. This is how it works out. This is how it works out. Where is that full video that we had? I had retweeted on my page. Let me find it, y'all. Let me find it, man. We having a little bit fun this morning. Well, good afternoon, y'all. Good morning, good evening, good night. I know we have support on this channel from around the world, so I can't even just say good afternoon. But where is that clip at? Here it is, right here. The beautiful Kayleigh McEnany. Let's check this one out right here.
Well, Democrats are spilling all of Biden's secrets to reporters. It's a lot of fun to read. They're giving us an inside look into Biden's team, what they were doing to cover his decline, and how he made Kamala Harris beg for his endorsement. Now, this new book also claims former President Obama secretly didn't want Kamala Harris to get that job. In fact, he waited 5 days to endorse her.
It's always a new book. It's always a new book. Maybe if it gets a little more spicy, we might make some more sales.
And here's the book's author, Jonathan Allen, breaking it all down.
President Obama absolutely did not think that Joe Biden should continue, according to our sources close to President Obama. And he also didn't want Kamala Harris to be the replacement for Biden. He didn't think that she was the best choice for Democrats. And he worked really behind the scenes for a long time to try to have a mini primary or an open convention or mini primary leading to an open convention. Did not have faith in her ability to win the election. He was really working against her.
So, Ben, I was reading some of these details from a New York Post article, and here's one of the things they say that Allen further revealed on a phone call with the vice president on the day Biden passed the baton to Harris. Obama refused to endorse her candidacy as the nominee. That must have been a pretty awkward phone call to realize the kingmaker of the Democratic Party doesn't want you as the nominee.
Look, it's so funny when you see this now come out. Obama knew that she was a terrible vice president and was going to be a terrible candidate. And by the way, he also knew that Joe Biden was incapacitated, and this was their only option at that moment. Barack Obama might be one of the most brilliant political minds I've ever seen in the Democratic Party. He's very astute to what's going on. He understands talent. He understands electability. He's the best since Bill Clinton. And I'm sure he saw what we saw. We were all rooting.
Oh, yeah. Obama said, shit. We lost. Yeah, she is not bright. We might be able to pull this off. We won't be able to pull this off, sir. We won't be able to pull this off. We can't send this lady out there like that, sir. We cannot do it. We cannot do it. Maybe we want, sir, let's think about this. Let's think, sir. We could get the money. We can get the celebrities. We can call Oprah, sir. We can make this work. We can make this work, sir. Think about this, sir. We'll give you 5 days. We'll give you 4. Can we call you back next week? Can we get this done by next week? We're on a time. We have to get this ready, sir. It's gonna be Trump's gonna be back in there. I'm just saying. Sir, we got good news. We got Oprah on the phone. Yeah. And we're gonna get Beyonce, Taylor Swift, all of them. Yeah, well, this is all gonna work out just perfectly. Yeah.
To beat Kamala Harris because we thought she was the easiest person to beat. He understood that she was vulnerable. He understood she was not going to be a great candidate. He understood the word salads were a disaster for her. He understood.
And we're going to get the black vote. We're definitely going to get the black vote, sir. And we're going to win the popular vote. Yeah. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, sir. Now, we've scheduled you and Michelle's post, you and Big Mike's post on X. And we're going to set this thing up. We're going to have a camera on this segment right here on this segment. We're going to do this full-blown endorsement. And we're going to beat President Trump, sir. He's like, I don't think so. He started biting that finger. Fam, he started biting that finger. He started putting his hand on his forehead. Sweating. I'm telling you, Barry was in there sweating, y'all. I told you Barry was in there sweating. Yeah. Remember Trump was sitting on that golf cart? He said, oh, she'll be easier to beat. They all knew, man. We all knew. And now we got the author and came in touch with Obama and his people, and now they done wrote a whole book. Oh, shit.
She didn't have an in-depth knowledge of a lot of foreign affairs, and she wasn't going to be good at defending herself. So you combined all that, it's not a good candidate. And I'm sure he's like, guys, we're going to give the White House back to Donald Trump if you guys don't understand how bad she is. So let's have an open convention. And by the way, an open convention is total chaos and anarchy. Yeah. He was so sure that Harris was going to lose that he was willing to say, let's go and just roll the dice at a convention, look out of control and insane, and we might get a better candidate than her. I think he was smart to say it. This book, by the way, is not shocking. because everyone else knew it was going to happen too.
I couldn't agree with you more that President Obama is politically astute. Kennedy, when you look at what happened in the aftermath of the election, President Obama was proven exactly right. Take a look at this. New York Times, more than 89% of counties in the United States shifted in the favor.
She got so bad, they came out and said, and I remember this pissed everybody off, not even the black community. It pissed everybody off when he came out and said, my brothers, are you not going to vote for her because she isn't like you? She isn't because she's a woman? My brothers, she's just like you. You must stand up and go out to the voting booth and support this lady. Oh man, hey, this past election was, I'm telling you, man, politics has been a reality TV show. Y'all don't believe me. I'm telling you. Politics has been nothing but I'm telling you, man. Played in people's faces, man. Mock people. An absolute disgrace. Played in people's faces, man. I'm for real. They ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. Put some WD-40 on them handcuffs.
Favor of former, now current President Donald J. Trump. And then if you look at Michigan specifically, Politico, Alyssa Slotkin, who ran for Senate there and prevailed, outperformed Harris by more than a full percentage point in all but 28 of the state's 83 counties. Obama knew this would happen and tried to avert a crisis.
Yeah, a couple things. One, he and Donald Trump, both transformational candidates. Joe Biden was not. He never was. That's why, 2020 just must have been an off year because of the pandemic, because in any other time, he never would have been elected. Obama knew that Biden was compromised for a long time. Shame on him for not asserting his power when they could have had a proper primary, because he knew of the decline before that. And he also knew about...
Telling you, man, it need to be WD-40 in them handcuffs, man. A lot of them knew what was going on. A lot of them knew it was bad. A lot of them knew, Tried to turn this whole thing blue. They wanted every state to be blue, Unbelievable, man. What they have done to this country, man, I tell you.
About Kamala Harris, it just shows me that the reason you have the Jasmine Crockett's of the world flexing and saying just bananas things that she is right now is because they don't have a leader in the Democrat Party.
Bingo.
If Barack Obama were that leader, then they would have had an open primary, which would have been better because it would have been survival of the fittest, and the strongest, most articulate person who could make the case for the party and for voters would have emerged from that convention and would have gotten a much harder look from voters than Kamala Harris did.
What's interesting, Harris, if we go back to July when we were at the RNC, I remember vividly we were in the show on this hour, and then this article popped in the Washington Post. We were all waiting to hear Obama's thoughts about Biden because he didn't come out and publicly defend him. And then we get this Washington Post headline, Obama tells allies Biden's path to winning re-election has greatly diminished. This man knows how to work the press. He didn't come out and say it. He worked it through the press.
Well, and he waited until all those people had gathered. Like he waited until it's the middle of summer. So, I thought that was fascinating. They know they've got a convention coming up. And it's only weeks away. And look what he does. Because he thinks, okay, well, maybe we can force an early primary. Remember, there was talk about, well, if she does get in, is there still room to force one, even though because nobody voted on that, right? Voters didn't have a say. It was such an odd few weekends, latter part of July, not to mention what happened with the current president.
Y'all let Biden get up there and blow the motor, blow the transmission all on live on stage in front of the world. Yeah, man. Stay in that ditch, Democrats. Dig the hole deeper. Stay in that ditch. Motor shot, transmission shot, all the tires is blown out. Ain't no damn windshield. Ain't no review mirrors. The car can't pass an inspection. Let it sit there. Y'all don't want to call nobody to come get you out. Maybe file an insurance claim. No, y'all just sit right in there. You spit on the people. Just sit right where you at. And if you ain't gonna flat go anywhere, ain't nobody coming to help. Y'all keep sending that ghetto loud ignorant lady out there. Keep that Crockett lady. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. That's what I say.
I will say this. I honestly thought at the time with Kamala Harris and Barack Obama picked a lane to go after black men and the black vote was one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard.
Like I just said earlier, man, that shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It was a disgrace. But when you look back at it, it's pretty comedy. It's an absolute disgrace. My brothers. Hey, my brothers. You're not gonna come out and vote for this lady? She's just like you. Say, sir, has he lost his mind?
So not only did he, and I don't know if it was intentional or unintentional, maybe it was just, one of those things, practically arms akimbo lecturing black voters. I'll never forget that video. He went to stump for her at one point, telling them that the reason that they weren't voting for her is because they didn't love black women enough. Like, I'm paraphrasing him, but that was the lecture that black men got. And I just thought that was so strange. And what it did was it exploited the weakness that she already had in that lane. It's almost like he helped her lose, at least with that group.
And Emily, if you think about the 5 days it took him to endorse Kamala, it was reported in the New York Times. And again, this is the savviness of Obama with the press. People close to Obama who have positioned himself as an impartial elder statesman about intra-party machinations said not to read much into the non-endorsement. Well, the non-endorsement, as it turns out, per Jonathan Allen, was because he didn't believe in her. We should have read into it.
Of course, because what you don't say is just as important as what you do say, which is why, to your point, none of this is surprising in a way. It just sort of reveals the aha, like I knew it, right? And it's interesting because I thought the same thing. I wonder if there's some amusement at essentially for the sacrifice of the Democrat Party if Obama's like, yeah, I told you. I told you that Kamala Harris wasn't a good candidate. I told you that Joe Biden was always a facsimile of my policies without the charisma and the true origin, transformative power and nature and inherent character. And I told you all. But the question is, what does he do from here?
Exactly.
Is he going to remain in the backdrop, or will he, either behind the scenes or in front of it, be very firm, very direct, and help lead this party back to at least some semblance of a cohesive unit? Yeah. He might just prefer to stay golfing.
Maybe not a podcast like his wife.
Yeah. And I would love to know, in Obama's mind, if it wasn't Biden, if it wasn't Kamala, who was the right candidate? Who would have gotten the job done? Anyone but.
Anyone but.
That is a good question. Who was the right candidate? Show the hell wasn't that lady with them coconuts. Giving out word spaghettis, word salads, didn't know what the hell she was talking about. Tomorrow we sue that must come by thee from what has been then, from they said, we have a country with dreams and ambitions and aspirations, and we must not beat the person down, we must lift them up. I love y'all, man. God bless you all. We just gotta have a little fun on it. A little fun, man. Y'all, you can't come here and have fun and have a good laugh with your boy after they ran this into the ground. Then I don't know what to tell you, man. But we is so back. Prayers for the Trump administration. And it's as simple as that, man. We are back, family. And don't be surprised that all this is coming out. That's why I'm on here laughing and cracking jokes. We not surprised about all this. We knew all this, But hey, I love y'all. Make sure y'all follow your boy on X. We are following everybody back. You know what I'm saying? We showing love to everybody. And I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace and love, family.